Hey friends, welcome back. So I've been skating the Faction Tactical V1s. I've gotten about 2 sessions on them. This is my 3rd session in. Wanted to break them in a little and then get some clips and do kind of a first impressions. Let's lace up and go check it out. Alright, so I just got back from the skate park. I wanted to just talk to you about the setup that I have on here. So I'm riding the stock Stealth sole plates, Crate original frames, Blade Club wheels, the Dead Marble anti-rocker wheels, and Ken & Scott bearings. These are made by Fruit Tech. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was fit. So when I first tried them on, I noticed the liner was super padded, super comfy. I noticed some tightness in the toe box, especially on the outside of the pinky toe. After 3 sessions, I noticed that discomfort has almost all went away. I chose not to heat mold the liners because what I was worried about is that I would cinch them so tight it would break in the liners, and then I would actually want to skate them a little looser, but because the liners would be so packed in, my foot would basically be flopping around inside the skate. So I decided to basically try and break these in the more traditional organic way. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is kind of that forward flex. If you've watched any videos with the Faction skates, you've noticed a lot of people comment on the forward flex. This is something that I'm not really accustomed to. Most skates that I've ever ridden have been somewhat restrictive in the forward flex, even when I skated Rems. You know, you could move forward, but it wasn't like uncontrollably. So, you know, I really wanted to kind of see what that was about with these. So how I skate them is I typically tighten up the bungee. I tighten the cuff until the plastic almost touches. That gives me enough side-to-side flex. But then because of how padded this liner is, the cuff plus the liner basically create this composite structure that give me some forward flex, but it's not something where I feel like I'm out of control or out of balance on. So talking about the forward flex, you know, I wanted to kind of just do some air outs on the quarter pipe, do some jumps over the pyramid, and see how that forward flex and how these flat boots felt just from a landing perspective and balance, because I've always kind of ridden raised heel boots. And I will say that, you know, with the shock absorber and with how I tightened up the cuff, that I really didn't notice any issues with the landing or balance on these skates. I'm really liking the shape of this sole plate because when I'm locking into grooves, I can feel this little fin that's kind of holding me into place, and it's a really good feeling when I'm on groove tricks, doing unities. One thing that, you know, I'm always kind of scared of with grinding in new skates is doing top sides, because I have a tendency to shoot the back foot until I'm familiar with the skate itself. That happened to me once, but because of how flexy this cuff is, you know, I was able to get some top sides in. I was able to get, you know, kind of all my sole tricks in. I'm still trying to take it a little bit easy because I've got a few injuries that happened in the last month I'm trying to recover from. So what do I think? You know, after 3 sessions, there's really nothing on these that are a deal breaker for me. I feel like they're breaking in nicely. They're very comfortable. They're very flexy. I feel like I have a lot of control and responsiveness in them. So I look forward to continue to ride these. I am not deep enough into skating these to be able to give any kind of like official review, but you know, there are a couple things that I'm curious to see how play out in the future. One, you know, does that forward flex get worse over time? You know, I'm kind of worried this bungee is starting to fray a little bit. on the fabric, so I'm kind of wondering if that's going to chew through. But I did order some Seba laces in baby blue, and I'll probably just replace the bungee if it ever does snap. So, just want to have something on hand in case that does happen. Sole plates, continue to watch them. I do like the width of them, how they ride. They're fast, don't really need a lot of wax. Won't really get into the hardware. Create Original frames are a nice feeling frame for this setup. And, biggest thing is I love blue. I love the white. So my first impression is that this is a very comfortable, good fitting and feeling skate, and I'm excited to continue to skate them. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop me a comment. Thank you all for checking in, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and we'll catch you next time.